Hello, friends. Thank you for taking some minutes from your time to watch this video. And I believe that you're going to watch through to the end. I encourage you to do so. Uh, if you are just meeting me for the first time, my name is Dr. Daniel Adewuni, and I'm a life purpose and career coach. And this video that you're watching is among the series of videos that I titled in a series that I'm doing that I titled Purpose and Career Reflection Series. And I will encourage you to watch the introductory video that I made regarding the this purpose and career reflections series. So just try to watch that. I detailed in that video what you should look forward to in this series and the material that we are going to use. So basically, just to recap what I said in that video, I still encourage you to watch it. This series is basically to reflect on our life purpose and career paths. And I'll be guiding you through a couple of exercises and conversation that I'll be having in this series. And for everyone to be able to follow, I put together a purpose and career workbook. And this purpose and career workbook is free. It's available on my website. So I will encourage you to go to the website. On the website homepage, you see the link to be able to download your free copy of this purpose and career workbook. I already have mine here, and I'll be going through that with us, discussing a couple of exercises, and we'll be having the conversation together. So please get your copy, and then I would like you to be able to follow through. If you already have your copy and you're watching this video, please follow me as I proceed in this conversation. All right, so let's begin. Today, that workbook is divided into 3 sessions. The first session talks about purpose discovery and clarity. The second section talks about career discovery and career clarity. And the third session talks about living and pursuing or fulfilling your purpose-driven career with confidence. That is developing that confidence, that courage to really fulfill that which you are set out to do in your career and also in life. But for this video, we zeroed in on this first session, and that is purpose discovery and clarity. Before we begin to look into the exercises, challenging ourselves with different questions that will help us to really have that reflection of our purpose and direction. I will first of all just say this. You see, when we talk about purpose, it's really a complex one to discuss because there are different views, there are different opinions about that. I'll just share my perspective with you. I say your purpose is the core of who you are. It is the reason of your existence and the driving force behind a fulfilling life and career. Basically, your purpose, to summarize, that reason why you are here on the earth, the core of your existence. And when you understand this purpose, becomes the driving force behind living a fulfilling life, living a fulfilled life, and a fulfilled career as well. But however, you see, the intriguing aspect of life purpose is that we cannot adequately discover or gain clarity of our purpose independently of the Creator. And what I mean by that is that when we talk about our life purpose, when we talk about discovering our life purpose, when we talk about having clarity about our life purpose, we can't do that absolutely outside the one that created us. Because the Creator has the masterpiece of our life. The Creator has the master design of our lives. And we cannot understand that without consulting Him. And what do I mean by that is this. I'll give you an example. For example, let's take a car, for example. And that car is designed to carry out certain function, transporting, depending on the nature of the car, but the primary purpose may be to transport. However, the manufacturer of that car has the masterpiece of what they designed that car to accomplish. And if you really want to understand the full purpose, you want to really gain clarity of what that car is meant to do, you cannot do it just outside without consulting with the manufacturer. And same thing applies to our life. God created us, and He has that master design of our life, and it's essential that we consult it. So basically what I'm saying is that purpose discovery begins with consulting with your Creator. Purpose discovery, gaining understanding and clarity of your purpose, begins with having that consultation, communication with your Creator. That's the bedrock of it. And having said that, our purpose is embedded into our design. Our purpose is embedded into our design. And what do I mean when I say that? Looking back to the analogy of looking back to the example of the car that I gave. When you look at a car, that car is, for example, you look at a car, a sport car, and a truck, for example. The two of them, they are meant to move from transportation from one place to the other. However, their makeup is different. Their design is different. And because they are performing different assignments, they are to fulfill different purpose. That was what necessitated their design to be different. If you bring that to our life as human, our makeup, that which we are meant to accomplish, has been embedded into our design. And what we basically need to do is to have that reflection, to understand our design. And this also we cannot completely do without consulting with the Creator. Looking inward, purpose discovery entails understanding who you are, understanding how you are made up, understanding how you are designed. And God has not left us just to like an ultimate search that has no end. No, there are indicators, there are signposts that He has put inside our makeup, inside our design. That what we need to do is to look inward. And as we begin to understand those signposts, as we begin to understand those attributes, they serve as guide for us to be able to come to a place whereby we have that understanding of that which God has designed us to do and the purpose to fulfill. And so those attributes, like our gift, our talent, our natural abilities, things that comes to us naturally, they are indicators, they are signposts that guide us into discovering that which we are meant to do. And I'll give another illustration. You see, there is this there is all we can call like general purpose. For example, now those of us that we are Christians, we know that we are redeemed to live our life for God. We are redeemed to declare His praise. It says we are a holy nation. We are royal priesthood, to be able to declare the praise of Him that has called us. But we do that declaration, we declare His praise in different aspects. General purpose. But within that general purpose, there is still specific purpose for individual, because we are designed differently. And to be able to understand that, let's look at a car, a train, an aeroplane, and a ship. These four are they are designed for transportation, right? But even though there is that general purpose of transportation, they still have their specific purpose to fulfill, and they have their specific way whereby they go about fulfilling that general purpose of transportation. An aeroplane flying in the air, a car moving on the road, a train moving on the train track, and a ship inside the ocean or inside the sea, on the sea. Each of them, they are able to perform that function, to fulfill that purpose, because of their design, because of their makeup. An aeroplane is not designed to move on the road. An aeroplane is not designed to move on the train track. And a train is not designed to fly in the air. And that further buttresses the point I was saying, that understanding our purpose and gaining clarity of our purpose, for us to do that, we need to understand who we are. We need to understand our makeup. And that is what basically the exercises that we will be doing, that I have in that workbook, to help us to reflect, to look inward, and to understand that our makeup, to understand those attributes, which I call purpose attributes, that God has put inside of us to guide us into discovering that which He has called us to do. And don't forget that even as we do that, as we look at those attributes, we still have to consult with Him. And that is where the place of personal relationship with your Creator comes in, for you to have that full understanding and gain clarity of that which your purpose is. I hope that is simple enough. So let's look into the workbook. The couple of questions there to help us understand who we are and guide us into having a glimpse of our purpose. The first question here is, what do you believe is your mission in life? That's where we start. Currently now, what do you believe is your mission in life? And I must tell you that some of these questions, you may not be able to have a direct answer to them right now, and it's okay. And I don't want you to rush through this. If it requires you taking 2 days off work or 1 day off work and just isolate yourself somewhere to be able to figure this out, I think it's worth it. Because you see, we often get involved in so many activities that we forget that at the end of our life, what is going to matter most is how well we have lived our life purposefully. in alignment to that which we are meant to do, that we are called to do, that we are designed to do. And so taking 1 day, 2 days, 3 days off to really understand that is not going to be out of place. And I need to say at this point also is that clarity of purpose comes by taking action. But you first of all need to have a glimpse of what you are going to act on. And that's where discovery comes in. When you discover, oh, I think this is what I'm called to do. This is what I'm designed to do. Then you begin to take action in that direction. And as you take action, you get more clarity. Just like you have a car now. There are functions of that car that you might not know, or car might be maybe your phone. There are functions in your phone that you might not know until you start using it. Oh, this function exists. So gaining clarity of purpose is could be likened to understanding the full capacity of like your phone, for example. So the more you take action, the more you utilize it, the more you act, implement, you begin to gain more understanding. And that's where clarity comes from. And the second thing also is that as you implement, as you act on that direction that you are meant to go, you are also consulting with your creator to ensure that you are in line. And the more you consult, the more he reveals things to you. The more you gain insight, the more you gain direction, the more it becomes established in your heart that to some level of confidence, this is what I am called to do. This is what I am designed to do. So I just feel I should quickly say those two things before we dive in deeper. So reflect on that. What do you believe is your mission in life currently? What do you currently know? I want you to write it down. Take some time, reflect, and write it down. And it's good to write that because you can easily go back to that workbook. If you're able to print it out, do so, and it will be beneficial to you. The second thing is, I talked about that there are attributes, purpose attributes that the Creator has put inside of us that are like signposts that guides us towards the path that we are to follow. And the question here is, what unique gifts or talents, natural abilities do you possess? Have you taken time to really look inward and say, what are those gifts? What are those natural abilities that you possess? Please take time and write those down. They will be helpful. And the third question here is, what task comes naturally to you? You see, one thing is that we all have that which we do effortlessly. We all have that which, if they wake you up, or even when you feel like you are tired, it just comes to you naturally, and you find yourself expressing yourself. You find yourself just pushing through. So I want you to take note of that. What tasks come naturally to you? The other question that will help you to be able to understand yourself, all of this is to understand who you are, is what do others often compliment you on? There are a couple of things that you do that people say, you do this so well. You do this so well. It could be also a pointer to that where your ability is and what you are meant to do. The other one is, what activities energize you and make you feel most alive? What activities energize you and make you feel most alive? Write this thing down, list them, and then look through them. And the other thing I would like you to do here is that I want you to list 10 things that you are good at and mark the top 3 you enjoy the most. 10 things that you are good at and mark the top 3 you enjoy the most. You see, there was this exercise that I did and it helped me to streamline what I'm really meant to do. It helped me to really narrow down. It gave me that understanding of who I am. And it was very helpful to me. It's similar to this exercise, and basically write down like 10 things that you know that you value most. And I want you to do that as well. Write down like 10 things that you value most. And don't think too much. As they are coming to you, those things that are coming to you, first of all, write them down. 10 things that you really value most in life, that you really want to do. It will guide you in the direction where you should focus your energy. It's such a powerful exercise. The other thing I would like you to do is, what topics or discussions are you most drawn to? What kind of conversation are you most drawn to? It could be a pointer to the purpose that you are designed for. Another question I have here is, what are the things you care about most? You see, some of these questions, they kind of like overlap, but when you sift them and look through them, they give you kind of insight into who you are, and they guide you into discovering your purpose in life. And three questions actually. The first is, I've talked about the values that you hold most there, and I want you to list them as they are coming to you. Just write them, maybe 10 values and what you feel that you are to do in life. It will be very helpful. 2 questions here that I would like to challenge you with, and I want you to take time to reflect on these questions because they will be very helpful, I believe. The first is, what do you desire to contribute to the world? What do you desire to contribute to the world? That might require you taking some time, a deep breath to really look through it at the end of your days. And that's the follow-up question to that is, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? You see, I read of this story, and probably you've read about it. The story of Alfred Nobel, the man that established the Nobel Prize, the popular Nobel Prize that we all know about today. That Alfred was the one that discovered the dynamite, and it was recorded that his brother died. However, the news, they thought it was Alfred that died, and they wrote like this obituary that the merchant of death, the one that established or invented dynamite that could kill so many people at a time, has finally died. And Alfred was reading that report where they said, oh, the merchant of death finally died. And he was shocked reading his obituary. And he said, oh, I didn't want to be remembered this way. And that was what led to the establishment of the Nobel Award, to really say, okay, I don't want to be remembered as the merchant of death that invented dynamite. And today, when you talk about Nobel Prize is something that is well celebrated. So the question I'm asking is, how do you want to be remembered? You know, during my coaching practice, one of the exercises that we did is to write your own obituary, how you want to be remembered. And I wrote down, how do I want to be remembered by my family? How do I want to be remembered by the world? How do I also want to be remembered by heaven? How do I want heaven to remember my stay on earth? And I encourage you to do that as well. How do you want to be remembered? And finally, once you have done all this inward reflection of who you are and in consultation with your creator, I cannot overemphasize that, because that's the truth, my friend. The truth is that you cannot discover or gain clarity of your purpose outside your creator. Once you have done all of this, I want you to come up with a purpose statement. A purpose statement that says, I have discovered this is my purpose, this is what I'm meant to do for this, how I'm going to do it, and the reason why I'm do that, what will be the result, the outcome of this thing. And I'll stop there today. But I want you to remember this. At the end of your days on this earth, what is going to matter most is how well you have lived your life purposefully. And the impacts that you have made in the society is what that will be remembered. As you go about your career, as you go about your life, set out time to reflect on what your purpose is and align your life with that purpose, so that at the end of your day, you will have lived a fulfilled life. Thank you for watching to the end. I appreciate it. And see you in the next video. But before you go, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so and subscribe, so that you can stay updated when next video is released. And the second thing I request of you is, if you find this helpful, if you find this beneficial, please don't keep it to yourself. Share with another person. Share with people in your network that you feel can benefit from this. And in the next video, I'll be talking about career discovery and career clarity. Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you.